Hi, I'm Aubrey Going, and today we're going to take a look at some of the anatomy that influences the plantar fascia and can contribute to plantar fasciitis. The plantar fascia is running from the heel here down at the calcaneum and then running up to the head of the metatarsal. So it goes all the way across from the first ray, which we see here on the inside by the big toe, all the way across to the little toe here on the outside, the fifth ray. And it tends to get more stressed on the inside of the arch because that part is the bit of the foot that moves the most. The lateral arch doesn't tend to move as much, so we don't tend to get as much stress either down at the calcaneum or up at the little toe. What is indicated here in red, we can see this kind of little pulsing red indicator, and this is where most of the strain tends to take place. You can occasionally get stress up at the metatarsal, just here, which we also see flashing in red, and that area there is probably maybe about 20% of our plantar fasciitis pain. So when people actually have stress on the plantar fascia, what we're going to call plantar fasciitis for the moment, they'll typically feel it down at the heel here in about 80% of the cases, just on that anterior surface on the medial side of the calcaneum. What's often talked about here is tears. Let's take a quick look at where this may possibly tear if it is torn. So if we highlight this here, we can go right in and see where rupture can take place. And we can see this small little bit of tearing right in at the calcaneum. And we can see that's right on that medial lip on that anterior surface. So this is where those little small tears can take place. It's worth mentioning another structure in the area. We see the tendon of our old friend posterior tibialis coming down into the arch of the foot. And unfortunately, posterior tibialis dysfunction can cause that tendon to become painful. The difference between this simple tendon pain and plantar fasciitis or osis is that the pain will be felt more in the arch of the foot. We can see where the tendon is coming through into the arch of the foot, whereas the plantar fascia is attaching down onto the calcaneum. So if the plantar fascia is actually the cause of our plantar pain, it'll be felt either just at the medial edge of the calcaneum here at that anterior lip, or it'll be felt up at the first metatarsal head, up just at the base of the big toe. So if pain is felt in the arch of the foot, it's more likely the tendon of posterior tibialis. If pain is felt at that calcaneal lip or up at the first metatarsal head, then it may actually be the plantar fascia that we need to investigate. The other thing that can impact the plantar fascia is the movement between the talus and the tibia, which we've talked about in a previous video. When there's loss of rocker motion, sometimes the talus gets driven down. It compresses the arch of the foot, causing loss of arch, and this in turn stresses the plantar fascia. So anything that is pulling the calcaneum away from the metatarsal heads will increase stress or load on the plantar fascia. So in our class, we'll be looking at techniques to unload this plantar fascia and to ensure that all the joints of the foot are moving properly so that we don't get this continued or sustained stress on the plantar fascia causing symptoms and pain. So don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like this video and you found it useful. If you want to be notified about our next video, don't forget to subscribe. Subscribers will always be notified of our next video. If there's something you'd like to see us cover in particular, you can always pop us an email at info@hcd.ie. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks very much.